So what Miele does is they create little pillows on the little perforations that are in there that allow the water to come in. So they create little pillows, and we can look in there. But what it does is it helps so that when clothes pass over these holes, they actually scrape your clothes on a very small level, right? So that's how your clothes get lighter and lighter and lighter over time. Miele puts these little pillows in between the holes so that your clothes really don't touch those perforations and don't get scraped. So that's another aspect where, hey, your clothes are going to last a lot longer in that unit as well.
And in terms of maintenance, do they go bad or fall apart or have problems any more than any other make?
No, and that's kind of going back to their quality control.
Yeah.
They'll test each and every one, and they won't batch test. So there's such a thing as like, let's test this one out of this 1,000.
Yeah.
This one works. Send 1,000. Like,
wow.
The higher end manufacturers would never do that. They get each and every unit and like sound booth test it and the whole thing.
Jeez. Yeah. And those are electric only, is that right?
Miele's, yes, are electric only.
Is that something that may change in Santa Barbara, the code for dryers? Because a lot of people use gas, right?
So that's a good question, and I was actually more curious to ask you guys of like what's the idea with this induction thing, right? Like, so I'm understanding that.
Well, they're going to require all electric homes, so that tells you right there you're not going to be able to use gas.
But when, like Title 24?
Yeah, possibly this next code will be gas only. I mean, electric only, no gas.
And it's all for new construction, right?
Yeah, new construction.
Right.
So, and possibly there'll be a remodel past a certain point. You have to, it'll act as new. But yeah, they'll do that. So you're not going to have a choice.
So gas dryers will be
not
allowed.
Yeah, I mean they'll be grandfathered in, obviously, if you have one. But the new ones, I mean, they're going that way. They're really serious about it. So, like we're doing the same thing. We started with the induction stovetop, and then probably the next one we'll get will be a heat pump water heater. We just got our water heater, so we want to get a little life out of it.
Yeah.
But we're slowly eliminating stuff because it's also good. It's also good for the world, for climate. But you know. Yeah. Well, they're great. They're cheaper and
Gas has been cheaper.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it'll change probably.
Yeah. Well,
Natural gas.
as electrical becomes necessary, the manufacturers will do a lot of research and start making them better. Like the electric stoves are so much better than they used to be. You know, Dennis Allen, which we'll talk about, he's a green builder, and he published an article in the Independent a few years ago on how great induction top cooking was. And I used to take the class to his house and we'd look at it. So when I got one, I was all ready, and it's not as easy as gas, nor as responsive, but you get used to it, and it's close enough that you're okay with it. But and I cook a lot. I'm not a gourmet chef, but there's just certain things that I would not like. But it's the way of the future, so you got to get used to it.
Okay.
But
Has there been higher sales?
so they will make everything that way. They'll make dryers, electric dryers that don't use as much, and it'll probably be heat pump technology that won't use as much.
Dryers, they take a lot.
They do. That's why they've been gas for so long.
Can you still broil with an electric oven? Yeah.
Broil, yeah.
You can?
Yeah. I'll show you ours, all the stuff I broil with it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's pretty good. The oven I actually like. I didn't think I'd like that because it's,
Well, bakers like electric ovens.
yeah.
Because gas ovens.
Yeah.
Is there a way to grill on those, or do you have to use
Whereas
like
electric is like all.
Is there one
still
burner?
gas
Not for
grill?
electric.
Oh, that's a funny question. I'll tell you more when we get there. But not all pans will work on those induction. They have to have a certain amount of steel, and even stainless steel, unless they're designed that way, they don't work. So we took a lot of our pans and they wouldn't even work on the stove. We had to get new pans. And the grill and the griddle were the ones that were hardest to replace. So I'll tell you
Yeah,
this.
because I'm thinking, I know my family grills a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Speed clean.
Yeah. So, yeah.
More entry level for this.
I know.
Like the
Change.
hot Miele, right? So maybe not so much speed.
So I think I think we're done asking questions specifically unless you want to hang around. So if you want to look at the store before we move on. Go.
I heard that you mentioned.
Yeah, I guess, huh?
You said it was